This is Higher Maths, it's homework 11 and we're looking at question 3. If you've not tried this already, give it a go and I'll show you the solution in a minute. Okay, so if B is an acute angle such that sin B is 3 over 5, find the exact values of sin 2B, cos 2B and tan 2B. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a quick triangle. Draw a triangle for this one here, just do it up in the corner. And what we've got is triangle like this. Okay, we right angle triangle, and I'm going to put the angle B in this corner here. Okay, right, so I know that sine is going to be 3 over 5, so that's going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. Okay, so that's 3 over 5. And I know that to work out this side, if I didn't know it was a Pythagorean triple, I would just go for 5 squared minus 3 squared, and that should give me 4. Okay, 4 for that side there. Right, so now that I've got all the values that I'll be needing for the calculations, let's go ahead and do part A. So part A is I have to find the exact value of sin B. Okay, so sin 2B. So sin 2B, what I'll do is I'll just go and look at my formula sheet and see what that says. So what that would say is it's 2 sin B cos B. Okay, so I've got all these values in this triangle, so I just need to pull the values out and work that through. I've got 2 there, okay, and let's see, sin B is going to be 3 over 5, and that's given, so that's 3 over 5, and what I've got for cosine B is 4 over 5, so that'll be 4 over 5. So if I multiply that all the way across the way, remember multiplying the fractions, just multiply them all the way across. Remember the 2's as if it's sitting there with a 1 underneath it. So that's going to be 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 4 is going to give me 24. That's all going to be over 1 times 5, and 5 times 5 just gives me 25. So there's my answer for the first part, for part A. Okay, for part B, let's work out cosine 2B. Okay, look at the formula sheet again and choose one of the formulas that are given there. So there's quite a few that we can choose from, but the one I'm going to choose is, I'm just going to choose this one here, okay? It doesn't matter which one you choose, you'll still get the same answer, and the other two you could use is no problem at all. Just it'll look different from the calculation that I've done. Final answer should be the same. Right, so I've got 1 here, take away, and it's 2 times sine squared b. So I'm just using sine b because I'm given that one. So that there is going to tell me that's 3 over 5, and I have to square that and then multiply it by 2 and then subtract it from 1. Okay, so from there, what I've got is, I've got 1 minus 2 times, and that's going to be 9 over 25. That will then give me 1 minus, that's going to be 18 over 25. And that leaves me with 7 over 25. So that's my final answer for that one as well. Okay, so we're now on to part C. Part C, we're trying to work out what tan 2B is. Okay, I can then look at my formula sheet and see if there's anything in there. Unfortunately, there isn't. And unfortunately, I find that this is one of the areas where marks are lost generally in some of the exams. And what I would do is I would just go back to my standard grade, my Int 2 or my National 5 work, and I'll remember that tan, I'll just call it x, tan x is equal to sin x over cos x. And that there was one of the identities that you learned the year before. Okay, so I'm just going to apply that to this question here. So I know that tan 2b is going to be equal to sin 2b all over cosine 2b. And what I've done is I've already worked out sin 2b and cosine 2b, so all I'm going to do is substitute these fractions into here. So let's do that just now. So sine is going to be 24 over 25, sin 2b, that's all going to be divided by the cosine 2b, which was 7 over 25. Okay? And if you know how to work this out straight away, then just go and do that. If you don't, why don't you write it out like you would normally see it? And that would be, that's telling me that that's 24 over 25 divided by 7 over 25. Okay. From there, I know that when I'm dividing out fractions, what I can do is I can take the reciprocal, or I can flip it over and I can change the sign. Okay, so 24 over 25, and what I'll do is I'll just change that over like that there, and 7 below it, change it from a divide to a times to multiply that out. What I can do is I can multiply that out. It'll be a non-calculator question, so the numbers are starting to get a bit on the big side. Or what I could do is I could just cancel that out, divide the top and the bottom by 25. That gives me a 1 and a 1, so that should leave me with 24 over 7, and that'll be the exact value of tan 2b. That's the question complete. Right, let's see where I'm going to get some marks for this. There's some decent marks for this type of question here. So I'll get 1 mark for getting the formula correct, and I'll get 1 mark for getting the answer. Cosine 2b, 1 mark for getting the formula from the formula sheet, and what I'll do is I'll just take 1 mark for the answer that's there. For tan 2b, I'll give 1 mark for knowing this identity here, and I'll just go for 1 mark for getting the answer, okay? So we're just going to go for 6 marks for this question here, out of 6.